Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. My name is Dr. Ngozi Onoha, and today I'm going to be talking to you about a very interesting topic. And this topic has to do with a term called cardiovascular kidney metabolic syndrome. So listen and get some more insights about this new term that has just been coined by health experts as of last month, October 2023. So, welcome again. This presentation is part of a series called Cardiac Risk Education in Multicultural Communities in Philadelphia. Even though this program is for people in Philadelphia, I believe that people globally will benefit from the information that I'm going to share today. Of note is that this is health education content and not any type of medical advice. So the title of this limited series program is called Heart Strong, Empowering Multicultural Communities for Cardiovascular Health. The goal of this program is to empower individuals to make informed choices for their cardiovascular health. So I'm really excited to bring you this information. I also have to mention that this program is being funded by Healthy Voices Impact Fund at the Community Foundation of New Jersey, which was funded by a contribution from Janssen Pharmaceutical. And again, this is purely health education and not any type of medical advice. So I'm going to talk to you about this new syndrome called cardiovascular kidney metabolic syndrome, CKM syndrome, it is called. So this is not a new syndrome. So experts have coined this term because of concern about the rising rates of these conditions and how they affect quality of life and longevity. So let me try as best to explain this term to you. So CKM syndrome is a health condition that affects the heart, kidneys, and the metabolism. So the metabolism is the body's process for getting energy from food. So what happens is that when these three areas of the body are not functioning as they should, there becomes problems with health and disease. So CKM is basically a term that was defined by experts who studied the connection between heart disease, kidney disease, type 2 diabetes, and obesity. And so they've come up with this term because they've noted that many risks are driving the illnesses that we are currently seeing. So the dropping rates of longevity, the quality of life, and other factors that contribute to ill health. So a few things I'm going to mention, which some of us already have observed, that as people get older, they tend to gain weight. And that weight gain causes a risk for CKM syndrome. And that risk leads to cardiovascular disease. So how does this happen? So you're asking yourself, okay, I know all this stuff, so how does it happen? So there is an interplay of heart disease factors. So heart disease, what I mean by that is clogging of the heart vessels. So an interplay of heart disease, kidney disease, diabetes, and obesity that lead to illness. These conditions combine what I describe as a cumulative effect that lead to multi-organ dysfunction. Just imagine all these factors like a flood. So one flood on top of another, on top of another. And so you have this tsunami-like flood of water that is just overwhelming. And that's what happens when you have a combination of these conditions. They act like a wave, a flood that nobody wants, and they create these unfavorable conditions in the body that lead to disease and lead to illness. So high blood pressure, elevated lipids, high glucose, obesity, which constitute the metabolic syndrome, cause inflammation. And they also cause something called oxidative stress, which is bad. It's bad for kidney health. It's bad for heart health. So the strain on the heart that occurs from all these conditions occurring eventually lead to thickening and inflammation, and can also lead to conductive problems, abnormal heartbeat, and you'll see that some people end up having pacemakers in their heart to help the heart conduct and help the heart pump adequately. Also, in addition, obesity, which is the accumulation of excess adipose fat stored in the body, causes inflammation because that adipose tissue becomes a home for stress hormones and abnormal chemicals that we store in our body, and those chemicals get released from that adipose fat. So that contributes significantly to inflammation. So that weight gain that we get as we get older is not healthy because of these factors. They actually add to the burden of illness that people get because of the reasons I've explained. So also, let's talk about metabolic diseases such as obesity and type 2 diabetes and chronic kidney disease. These can also impact nearly every organ system. And in particular, they increase the risk of cardiovascular disease, including coronary artery disease, strokes, peripheral artery disease or peripheral vascular disease, as well as heart disease and abnormal heartbeats like atrial fibrillation. And they can actually cause premature death. So imagine if there's thickening in one vessel. That thickening in one vessel, most likely there is thickening in the other vessel. So if somebody has vascular disease, for instance, in their legs, more than likely they have vascular disease in their heart, in their kidneys, and their brain. So collectively, these conditions, the heart disease, the strokes, the kidney disease, the diabetes, they account for more than 1 million deaths in the USA as of 2021. So let's go back to CKM and let's talk about it a little bit. And we need to understand that we can actually prevent CKM. So this is important to know, but awareness is very important. Being aware that there is this condition, but also being aware that we can take steps to prevent the condition. But if the condition already exists, we can take steps to make sure that we control the condition or the condition does not get worse. So there are 5 stages of CKM, and I will go over them briefly, just so you have an idea of what steps you can take to prevent CKM from occurring. So the first stage is stage 0. Here, there are no CKM risk factors. So to maintain the no CKM factors, we continue to have a healthy lifestyle, which means making sure we consume, as part of a balanced diet, adequate amounts of fruits and vegetables, and also whole grains, as well as lean proteins. Also, exercising for 30 minutes every day. If you smoke, quit smoking, because smoking can cause accelerated cardiovascular disease.
Drinking alcohol can also damage heart health.
Other complications. And try to keep active. Don't be a couch potato. So don't binge watch TV all day. Try to keep active. If you are a sedentary worker, so most of your day is spent sitting down, make sure that you are standing as much as you can and walking when you can to get your daily allowance of exercise, which should be at least 30 minutes a day. So stage 2 CKM, in stage 2 CKM, health risks are starting to show. So this could be an elevation in blood pressure. So to get this in check, ensure that you are getting at least one blood test a year, maybe two, and ensure that you're getting your cholesterol, your blood sugar checked, and your blood pressure checked frequently, as well as taking your medications as prescribed. In stage 3 CKM, heart and blood vessel problems have started to begin. So here you may have someone who already has heart disease, maybe without any symptoms. So that person should make sure they're taking their medications and they are being followed by a cardiologist, and maybe they've had an echo, a heart scan, or a CAT scan to check their coronary arteries to make sure that they don't have a buildup of calcium in their coronary arteries that could make their condition worse. So the fourth stage is signs and symptoms of heart problems. So it could be heart failure symptoms, so shortness of breath, or leg swelling, or chest pains. So someone with stage 4 CKM should ideally be under the care of a cardiologist, and they should be taking their medications regularly, as well as having regular blood tests. So currently there is a risk calculator, risk factor calculator. This is available online. This risk calculator is for atherosclerosis, and it was established in 2013. It estimates the risk of a heart attack or stroke in the next 10 years for people who are between the age of 40 and 75. So what this risk calculator has, it includes heart and demographic factors about the person, and it is used to guide lifestyle recommendations and treatment decisions for people at risk of cardiovascular disease. So risk factors such as age, gender, race, the cholesterol levels, the systolic blood pressure. So that equation is computed. There is an app as well. And this risk calculator is typically implemented by a physician who would do a calculation and tell that person what their risk is for cardiovascular disease. And with that calculator, it is possible to implement lifestyle changes that will prevent any kind of heart disease risk factor from getting worse. So in the link in this video, I will put a link to the calculator that you can discuss with your primary care physician or your healthcare provider and assess your risk for cardiovascular disease. So again, this video is providing just information on this condition that has been termed by experts this condition called the cardiovascular kidney metabolic syndrome, CKM syndrome, and with the goal of educating people so that the rates of heart disease can actually start to decline, because right now we're seeing heart disease as a global cause of death all over the world. This is more people are dying from heart disease than from cancer. So I want to thank you for listening, and until the next video, I will see you. Hopefully you will share this information with your family and friends, and don't forget to subscribe, turn the notification bell if there are topics that you would like to hear about. Feel free to send me a message. I will have the contact me link on the description of this video. And again, thank you and have a wonderful holiday, and stay healthy, and bye for now.